From what it looked like to be an empty week from news because of my busy real life, my 3 free days at the end of the week were more than enough for me to fill the website and my own head with plenty of news and updates. Let's begin discussing them one by one. First of all, the Nvidia driver version 372.90 fixes the Star Wars The Old Republic shadow flickering issues on Windows 10. As I've mentioned in this post, I've never had personally issues with the shadows, and thank God they've been looking normally to me, just as well as the whole game and the whole operating system, but many players have reported problems and flickering effects with the previous latest version of the Nvidia official driver. Now remember, we're talking about official, released, tested drivers, not beta versions. And the good news is that so many people have reported it already that the newest driver 379.90 fixes all this, so I highly encourage you to try and update those. One of the best news overall, not just for the week, but probably for the whole month, Star Wars Rebels Season 3 has launched. We're about to face Thrawn in Season 3. We're going to see a new creature appearing that makes the balance between dark and light. And best of all, the first episode is a whole 43 or 44, I forgot, minutes long. It's hard when you have to take down the advertisements and the interruptions. I've been thinking about creating a brand new series, episodes published each week, of course one of them each week, to cover the events of the latest released episode of the season of Rebels. I'm not sure if that's gonna be successful, I'm not sure if you would show interest to that, so before I start doing it, maybe your opinion would be awesome. So share down below in the comments or wherever you want with me and let me know, would you be interested in a small kind of a video overview review discussion about the latest episode of Star Wars Rebels each week? Maybe a day or two after it releases, giving plenty of time to everybody to check out the episode and be ready to talk about it with minor spoilers. It's really hard to discuss the episode with any spoilers whatsoever. Another good news is that Disney is planning Star Wars movies beyond 2021. Well, I think everybody knew that. It wasn't officially announced, but Bob Iger, who's the big boss at Disney, or the CEO at Disney, mentions that he had a meeting with Kathy Kennedy, and as they say, they mapped out or well reviewed the Star Wars plans that we have until 2020. We already know that the third spin-off movie about Star Wars with an unannounced title and script is now being worked on. We know more details now about Iger also mentioned that he's seen Rogue One, and here is a quote from that. The movie apparently is really interesting in terms of storytelling. A long post about Star Wars The Old Republic cosplay for Bestia and Brontes, plus a very special link to the Brontes' audio files. Some of them have actually never been used in the game, and of course they're pure audio recording without the extra special effects added for the game version of the sound. Enjoy those. I personally loved the cosplay. I can't even imagine how expensive and time-consuming these costumes would be to make, because I myself understand very little about cosplaying overall, but I always enjoy beautiful pictures and cool designs. Can you guess which helm represents which Dreadmaster? Do you remember? It actually threw me back a few years and made me remember the nightmare fights that I was experiencing for the first time doing progression in the Fortress and Palace operations. Wow, good times indeed. It's now a past event, but there is a future event as well, so that's why the GWENT Witcher Card Game stress test news is being published here. If you're a fan of the Witcher games and series and comic books and everything else, and especially the mini game, which actually is going to be a standalone game now, GWENT, the Witcher Card Game, you might want to follow the link shared in this article on my website and register for the second, because the first event is now long gone, 2 days ago, so-called Kill the Servers test event. Pretty much everybody is invited, although CD Projekt Red claims that there are limits and not everyone will receive an invitation and the code. It has nothing to do with the closed testing that's supposed to begin at the end of October, 25th to be more exact. That's probably the very first card game that I would ever be interested in. One video to be mentioned among the others that I've published in this week, SWTOR Coratanni short video boss guide. Finally, I should say. As always on my website, below the video you can find the 3 pictures with combat log statistics attached. I don't share those on YouTube because there is no way for me, but I do share them on my website. So if you've seen the video already, don't forget to scroll down and check out the combat log stats. They are nothing too shiny. I consider them average, but since I've not defeated Coratanni before, I cannot compare my own performance to what I've been done before or what I should be doing in the future. It's highly unlikely that I will ever do Coratanni again because I'm not really certain if me and my team will persist doing serious operation farming at level 70 with the next expansion. This video I hope will not become obsolete some 2 or maybe, I don't know, 3 months in the future when we get to play already the expansion and level 70 becomes cap. The mechanics from level 60 for this operation and this boss specifically from 60 to 65 remain the same. Actually they got nerfed. The mechanics are still here, but some of them can be really neglected and forgotten. Forget about them is what I mean. You will see and hear more details about which mechanics need to be followed and which one can be ignored if you watch the video. It's actually 9 minutes long because the fight isn't among the short ones as well. And a quick personal update in the end. Why? Because I've been really busy this week and thank God I've managed to end after 6 days of 10-11 hours work per day. I've managed to finish in time on Thursday, which was supposed to be off day as well. We were supposed to have official holiday of 4 days, but you know, when there is work, it has to be done. And everything else is pushed back. That's exactly what I did with my activity on the website, on social networks, and on my YouTube channel. Thank God I had almost prepared a few videos for publishing, which allowed me not to drop the ball with not having videos for more than a day or 2. I really like to keep the schedule up and active, and there are a few more episodes of The Force Unleashed. Then after that, I'm thinking about doing the second game. The DLCs to The Force Unleashed don't add anything in terms of story. They're good and fun, but there are so many, incredibly many issues with the soundtrack that I don't really believe it's worth for a 30 to 40-ish minute video to have to deal with each one of the 3 videos because there are 3 DLCs. I have to upload the video, wait a couple days for Sony to claim 2, 3, 5 tracks on it, and try to delete them, muffle the sound. If you've been watching The Force Unleashed, you've definitely encountered those few moments in the videos that you hear muffled sound because that's the YouTube's native tools attempting to remove the claimed song and just release the video from the claim. The worst part is that most of the soundtrack for Star Wars, sorry, I was about to say Star Wars The Old Republic. Most of the soundtrack for Star Wars is actually blocked among many countries in the world, which makes the video unwatchable in 200 to 250-ish countries. I'm wrapping this up. The video was late because I wanted to check out the Star Wars Rebel season premiere and I wanted to mention it to you. If you haven't seen it yet, go and do that. The first episode is long and it's definitely worth it. See you in the next video. Bye bye. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the video. If so, click the like button and help me out. Also leave a comment and let me know what you think. Visit my website VULKK.com for daily videos and news, and stay in touch by following me on Facebook and Twitter. To help me improve and expand, consider becoming my patron with a small monthly pledge.